Alright, time to install some cooling. So we got a full front mount intercooler kit from ISR Performance. Got all the piping and couplers and hangers and everything laid out on the ground. And then we've also got a radiator, also from ISR. So we're going to install that. The first step is to take off all of the existing intercooler piping and then take the new piping, lay it out, see where we have to cut holes and where we got to cut pieces of the car out. See how we're going to hang it, plan that all out. It is a full kit that came built for this chassis and this motor, so it should be pretty simple, but I'm sure there's still things we're going to have to cut out. And then we'll take the old radiator out, first dump the coolant, take the old radiator out, put the new one in, and that should be all the cooling upgrades done. Let's start this rad project. So here's the tiny little side mount that we're replacing. A couple bolts to take it off, and will give us a spot to run our new lines through. Quick size comparison. I'd say it's got probably 3 times the surface area. So we've got all the old components off the intercooler system and got the new parts kind of fitted. So this comes from the turbo and goes to the spot that the old side mount intercooler was. That fits great, runs right through. I think that's going to line up with the intercooler. And then we got the spot for the intercooler itself, and from here we're going to have to take out a few things. There's this little piece of bracketry here we're going to have to cut out because this is one of the bolt holes for the intercooler. We're going to have to relocate some of these sensors and relocate the horns and the wiring harness. But other than that, I think it'll fit between the bumper supports here. And then we have the other pipe that comes up. Right now it does not fit because I have to drill a hole in the battery tray. So, I mean, that's pretty much what you have to do on an S chassis. So that'll be the next step. Big question. Will this fit? Oh, is that? Yes! That might work. Yeah. Japanese grocery bag. So we got the shroud off and the fan, and I'm just looking down in here and noticing there's quite a bit of oil leaking from some different spots. I know the power steering pump is leaking. I'm not sure exactly where it's coming from yet, but I think there's a hose that comes from the reservoir that's leaking, and possibly some oil coming from the oil pump. So we're gonna probably get some new gaskets and clean up the front a little bit, do some maintenance so she's ready for the year. Alright, step one of the winter mods on the Silvia. So, as you can tell, we've got the front mount on, got it installed. We had to weld some nuts down in the bottom to mount the bottom brackets of the core. We got all the piping ran. Goes through here easily where the side mount intercooler was run. Comes around, we had to drill a hole in the battery tray to get the cold pipe in. And then we've got our bypass valve. We're using a stock bypass valve instead of an aftermarket blow-off valve, just because it's easier and cheaper, and it works just fine, not pushing high boost. So we've got that all routed in. Backing lines are all going to the right place. We have the new Radiator Tube, big fat ISIS unit. Nismo cap for the right amount of pressure. This all fits pretty tight. We're using a stock shroud, and I think it's way too tight, so I'll probably end up running an electric fan just for that reason, to get rid of the shroud. It's really hard to get in there, and it's just binding certain hoses and things, so we're going to replace that at some point. I also, while I was in here, I replaced the main seal, front main seal, and an O-ring on the power steering pump, because that was leaking. It's pretty much ready for a start. Last thing to do before the kind of step one mods of the winter vacation, if you call it, for the Silvia are done is to mount the battery properly. I've got a custom mount made, but we just need to extend the power cable, the positive cable. Negative is fine, but just the positive cable has to be extended, and then maybe tighten her down. So let's see if it starts. Why don't you like this? What problem do you have?
Is battery dead?
I charged it like a week ago. Alright, Matt, it should start this time.
Take two.
Okay. I am going to prime it. What do you mean? Where did that cable jump when I do this? This negative cable?
Oh yeah.
The heck is it? It's a bad connection somewhere. Doesn't like my jumper cables.
Take three.
Yeah. I mean, we've gone through a couple batteries, hit that starter a few times.
We did check the fuse.
Yes, we checked all the fuses. All right, here we go. No friggin' battery jumper cables getting in here. She wanted to go.
It fired a bit.
I didn't hear any interference from the fan or anything. Oh, that sounds bad. What a terrible sound. Like, unreal. So I guess next video will be us trying to troubleshoot that and diagnose what that sound is. Valve train or maybe timing chain. I don't know. But that's the end of this video anyways. So Next video we're going to do, of course, more troubleshooting on the sound and some more upgrades. I also want to drive it, so that will be the next video. I have some wheels and tires sitting here too that we're going to install. Also a little bit of paint work and a little bit of light work. But that is it for now. Stay tuned. Well, shoot.